Hello everybody, it's Cookie Lou in Arizona. And I'm here specifically because I just got finished watching Lisa Pickens' video that she has just made regarding some issues that she's having with excessive, first of all, this is going to be a very frank, open discussion about DS poop and stinky gas. So if you don't want to hear about that, nice to see you. Have a good day. Bye. If you do want to hear what I have to say about it, stick around. Okay, let's just say in the beginning when I first had my DS, I knew beforehand that there was excessive gas, there was excessive smelly gas, excessive pooping, and it was all going to be smelly. And I did know that there were some products out there that were supposed to be helpful for these things, which I discussed with my surgeon. He said, "Oh, yeah, that could work. That's been known to work, a little. At least it does help. It's been known to help." That's all he said. I would give it a try. And these are two products that Lisa had mentioned wanting to try, and I have these products here, and I'm going to give a review on it. This is one product that she talked about. It's called Devrom. This is an internal deodorizer. It is a chewable tablet. You get 100 chewable tablets in a container. Kind of smells and tastes like banana. They want you to take this directions. Adults and children 12 years and over, 1 to 2 tablets up to 4 times daily. At $20 a bottle, these 100 tablets are going to go pretty quick. This is what it looks like. A little yellow. Oops. It's a little yellow, and it's chewable. You pop it in your mouth. Chew it up. And it's supposed to do something in your gut to alleviate the smell from gas and poop. Deodorant for internal use. Does it work? I can only say, for 20 bucks as an individual, give it a try. I don't think it worked for me. I don't. Now, I took this when I first had my surgery. At that time, I was pooping, I swear to God, 6 to 8 times a day. Gas was constant, and both scenarios were extremely smelly. I was willing to try anything. I bought this. The Activated Charcoal. This was a little cheaper, I don't know, $16. This was $20 for a little bottle, 100 chewables. This you get 90 capsules. Pure activated charcoal. This is what it looks like. They're quite large. They're quite light. So that when you put it in your mouth and you take a swig of water, this big clunky thing is going to be floating around in your mouth, and when you swallow it, you kind of feel like it might get stuck, but usually it won't. Hopefully it won't get stuck. But then this is it. This is what the activated charcoal looks like. These tablets right here. There they are. Does this work? No, not for me. 600 milligrams per capsule. It's supposed to be an enzyme or something that it's supposed to absorb any gas that's like after you eat, before you eat, whenever you're supposed to take this here. It's supposed to be an enzyme that will absorb the gas in your gut before it forms, so that you have less no gas, or less gas and less bloating. So I wanted to take this to eliminate the constant gas releases that I had every day. And I don't think it really did anything for that. If it helped with bloatiness that you can kind of get in the tummy, maybe it did that. but it didn't, in my opinion, but maybe my expectations for things are too high. In my opinion, didn't work to my satisfaction, to warrant paying, I don't know what this was, $16, $18? Don't really remember. And you have to understand too, products like this one specifically, can affect the absorption of medication and should not be taken 1 hour before, 2 hours after taking any medication. So if you're on, and it will also darken your stools. If you're on any kind of antibiotic, you have to watch when you take this. Now, if you have to take this thing, 1 capsule 3 times a day, 3 or 4 hours before/after meals. What does that mean? Before and after meals or before or after meals? It doesn't say. It says 3 to 4 hours before/after meals or as directed by a practitioner. So if you have to monitor how and when you take this, you have to monitor how and when you take your calcium, because that could interfere with medication and it interferes with other vitamins that you're taking. So you're balancing your calcium too. And it's a lot that you have. I found myself having all these little schedules about when to take this, when to take that. When did I take the calcium? I have to wait 2 hours, and then I have to wait 2 hours to take this, and I have to take this, 4 times a day? Maybe I'm better off just farting and getting it over with. But that's the truth of it. It's expensive. Try them. I'm not saying don't try them, because every individual is different. Maybe it'll work better for you than it did for me. Maybe your expectations are not as high as mine are. But try them. That's the only way you're going to know if it works for you. You spend the money and you try the product and then you see for yourself how it works. Devrom Activated Charcoal. Now, another thing that you have to understand too is that I'm at the end of my journey. God, well, you're never at the end of your journey. Let's just get that straight right now. But my doctor told me that he wants me to increase my calories. At the beginning of this journey, it was 800 calories a day. Now it's 15 to 2,000. And he wants me to incorporate a little bit of this, a little bit of bread. I can have more vegetables. All these things give me more gas. No rice, no pasta. He really wants me to try to live without that. No candy, no sugar, no cake, no cookies. Try to live without it. But as far as, healthy foods, he wants me to incorporate a little bit more of these things into my diet. And I really like it because, again, I'll tell you people, those of you who don't know, my surgery, during my surgery, I lost my caloric valve, which means that food does not stay in my stomach very long at all. So when I eat something, I don't really feel satisfied. I don't feel as if I have anything in there. I mean, I have my limits. I mean, I certainly, with dense meats in particular. But if I have a little potato with my chicken, if I have a couple of slices of bread with my chili, it just gives me more substance. It makes me feel like I have something in my stomach, something like that. So I do enjoy eating them, but I do tend to eat probably more than I should. That will affect my pooping, that will affect my gas levels. Also, another thing that you have to know is that anything with artificial sweeteners in it will give you additional gas manufacturing in your system. Aspartame, any kind of artificial sweeteners, and a lot of people bake with artificial sweeteners. So if you find that after you're eating your own bariatric friendly baked goods and you're getting more gassy, more bloated, it could be because of the artificial sugar, because I've researched it and said that artificial sugars tend to produce more gas problems. So when I went on these products here, I stopped all my chewable vitamins because they have sugar in it. I stopped all artificial sweeteners. I stopped the Tarani in my coffee. I just started drinking regular tea where I don't have to put any sweetener in it. Milk will give me a lot of gas and poopy problems. Too many vegetables will, too much bread will. Yogurt doesn't seem to bother me, probably because it has the cultures in it that help the gut. But Lately, I've been eating too many of these, too much of these, and I've been drinking too much of this. And even though I have been diluting it, I drink maybe 2 diluted bottles a day, and there's still aspartame in that, and that's not good. So that's my story about these products. I say try them and see for yourself if in fact they work or not. Monitor what you're eating. If you're eating something, I know that I do love my vegetables, and this is a bag of I get fresh vegetables, and I cut them up, wash them, cut them up. I put them in a freezer bag, and this is peppers and onions and bok choy, and sometimes I'll make smaller bags of this with smaller diced pieces, and I'll put some garlic. Now all these things, peppers, onions, garlic, which I love, gas producing. So keep that in mind. Check what you're cooking, what you're eating. If you eat a specific food or meal that gives you a lot of gas, and you know that that's a gas producing food for you, and you might not be able to indulge in that. Unless you want me, hey, listen, I know that this stuff is going to give me gas. I eat it anyway. You know, but I live alone. I don't have a husband that I have to, get a clothespin for his nose, and, and I don't go to business, I don't go to work, so I don't have to worry about stinking anybody out of my office. But I have had situations, where I'm in the grocery store and I let loose with a little toot, and they go, oh my God, that's a stink bomb. And I'm trying to run real quick to get away from whoever's around me. Oh, it's embarrassing. I even let loose in the hospital when I went for my endoscope the other day. Thank God I had a lot of blankets on me on the bed, because I felt a little toot came out, and I went, oh my God, that's a smelly one, I can tell, And thank God there was no nurse around me. But anyway, that's my product review on Devrom and Activated Charcoal. It's up to you if you want to try them or not. I say try them. Spend the money, give them a try, and see how it works for you. That's it for today. I hope Lisa found it, encouraging. And also regarding what she had to say about being in a stall, yeah, that's going to happen. The lower you get on the scale, the less you're going to lose. The less often you're going to lose. Just happens. It's just a slower process. When you get closer to the end of your journey, your goal journey, the goal weight journey, you're going to have a more difficult time, slower loss and or no loss. I've been between 183 and 185 for about 4 or 5 weeks, maybe more, maybe 6 weeks now. Depending upon how many bowel movements I have. I mean, I was having, I said in the beginning, I don't know if I mentioned in the beginning, I was saying about 8 bowel movements a day, and the gas was chronic. That's why I bought these products, because it was chronic. As time progressed forward, I was having less bowel movements a day and less gas, and the gas wasn't stinky. Sometimes I can have a lot of gas, but it's not smelly. Depends upon what I'm eating, I think, on the degree of odor involved. But on my clockwork, I get up in the morning and I go to the bathroom, and I'll do a little pee-pee, again, TMI, and I usually have a bowel movement, and then within less than an hour later, I'm having another one. So I have 2 bowel movements in the morning, which I like because it kind of makes everything nice and clean, and you feel empty and flat, and then maybe another 2 during the day, and so it's at least 4 a day, but it's better than 8. But there are times, depending upon what I'm eating, and sometimes I'm just so freaking hungry, and I'm eating a lot of food, well, a lot for me, on a continuous basis, like every couple of hours, chomp, 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 I'm eating something. I say, boy, I ate a lot. I ate a lot of bread today, or I had potatoes 2 or 3 times. I had potatoes with my chili or whatever, and I feel that. I feel really, like I've eaten too much. And when I eat a lot more, I'm going to be going to the bathroom a lot more. The more you put in, the more comes out. Okay, that's it. I hope that whatever I blabbed about today made some sense to Lisa, it made some sense to you that you got some use out of it. Okay, guys, that's about it. Have a great weekend. It's Saturday, by the way. And I've had a lot of hummingbirds coming to my yard today. Okay,